Welcome back to Coach Kov'S BBall Breakdowns, and in today's film review, we're going to be taking a look at Duke and Cooper Flagg versus the new-look Kentucky Wildcats, as well as Memphis's epic upset over UConn in the first round of the Maui Invitational. All right, so this is Kaman Malawach, a 7'2" freshman out of South Sudan. He's only 17 years old, but he played on the South Sudan team in the Paris Olympics this year and had a really good showing. This kid is going to be a surefire first-round lottery pick as long as everything goes well at Duke and he stays healthy. Able to stretch the floor and just plays with extreme physicality and has an incredible motor on the other end. Does a lot of things that you don't see from 7'2" freshman 17-year-olds. But let's take a look at the way that he gets off of this screen. He's going to recognize that he pins the ball handler's defender, and that forces his defender to step up. So he's going to have a free lane to the rim. But even though he doesn't get the ball on this possession, he keeps position the entire way through. And then right as this ball is about to hit the rim, you can see he gets separation right here, which is going to allow him to get a free path, a clear lane right for this putback. Just good timing, good physicality, and able to keep his position the entire way through the play.
Averaging over 4 turnovers, but he is an excellent passer. Malawach on the offensive glass.
Off the inbound here, it's pretty much just Tyrese Proctor making something out of nothing. Second-year starter here for Duke. And he's going to just make one move and go. That's what I really like about this. He gets the switch. It's one move, get past the defender. It's pretty much just a one-dribble pull-up. He does take the second gather dribble, but like I said, I like the fact that he stays patient and he assesses that if he gets cut off here on the switch and then he brings it back out, sees that we really got nothing. He's like, all right, I'm going to go score it. One move, and then he hits a confident-looking jumper.
Proctor from the foul line knocks down.
This is just bad transition defense from Kentucky. Duke's going to push it off the miss, and Cooper Flagg does a great job to drive this ball to the paint and get off 2 feet, make a great kick out pass to Concanepo, who gets fouled by Lamont Butler. And, it's not a particularly hard play to defend. Lamont Butler just stands up, and he falls asleep here. And then when he realizes that his guy is wide open, he can't control his closeout and commits the foul. You're going to see Kentucky's going to call trigger on this play. Their point guard's going to make the signal and then let the inbounder roll it up so that everyone can get set up. And it starts with a double screen out of the corner and a pass to the wing. So after that, they go into a concept brand new. I like to call it stack and pop. You see, by putting Kirk Creases, number 77, in this position, it not only keeps him in the gap of the defender who's guarding man that's about to pop, but it also sets him up perfectly for that double down screen clear out action. All right, I wanted to start this next game right from the opening tip because Memphis really just sets the tone early. And I know Danny Hurley got a lot of media flack for the way he reacted to their loss, but, right here, I don't know who this point guard is, but he just gets physically abused in the lane on the first play of the game. He needs to be jumping to the gap on this pass right here and sitting in the lane so that he can either stop the drive or close back out to his man, but instead he just lets his man take him right into the paint and open up a free passing lane right to the rim. This is just a really solid defensive possession for Memphis. They were tough all night long, and yeah, you can see there's just a lot of things that I really like about it. So we send 2 at the ball right away, just trying to put some pressure on UConn, trying to speed up their ball handlers, force some long passes. But you'll see this big man right here, his job is going to be to keep that ball handler on one side of the court, not allow him to get to the baseline or to get middle. Keep our defense from having to rotate. The guy on the bottom, he's taking away a straight line pass up the court, going to deny his guy the whole way, and then this backside guy, he's playing too. So everyone is just solid. They know where to be at. They know what the plan is. All right, we call off the trap and we get matched up here, and then you'll see the next thing that happens is this sort of up screen floppy cross action where we get 2 guys coming up towards the ball. All right, so we get a switch right there, but we got 2 guys swarming the ball on the catch. The guy on the bottom, the big man, he's working to get back in front, and everyone is just knowing what to do. Everyone's working hard to keep the ball from the rim. The ball does not get even close to the rim for the majority of this possession. We have a lot of stops. I love meeting the ball handler outside of the paint. The help recognizes early to step up. The big man in the middle is going to drop, and then we're going to take away the ball reversal on the backside. The crackback sort of guy is going to stay home and just defend his own man. And then as they rotate out, the guy on the backside, again, is playing too. Everyone is just solid. They know what they're doing. All right, we get a long closeout here, and this is the incorrect closeout. The correct closeout would come from this guy in the elbow. On a skip pass to the corner or to the opposite wing, this guy in the elbow is going to close out. He's got a shorter path to the ball, and the guy in the block should come up to the high side elbow. That's not what happens, but it's all right. What I do love is that this backside guy is trying to jump the pass the entire way until the skip goes, and then he's closing out while the ball is in the air, getting there on the catch, and you can see that closeout was just a little bit out of control because it was so long.
4 to shoot. McNeely on the drive. Left hand, no.
So Memphis again here does a really good job of defending the inbound. You'll see UConn's going to set 3 different screens to try and free up sort of a trigger ball screen, dribble handoff action to the middle of the floor. But Memphis is trying to ice the ball again. So we're keeping the ball on one half of the court because that's going to keep our defense from having to rotate on the backside. So we're in ice again. We want the big man to be the one to meet the screener all the way out at the level of the screen and stop the drive. We got 2 guys on the backside, each of them with a foot in the paint. But this big man is, again, all the way out at the level of the screen, all the way out at the three-point line so that he can step out and be the one to keep the drive from getting to the middle of the floor. We do not want the backside guard rotating to stop the drive because then we have to rotate and we're beat on the backside. But if the big man gets out of that drop and he cuts the ball off from getting to the middle, then that keeps us in better position to make a play.
Stay on Jay's good side. Don't call it an up and under unless it's a legitimate up and under.
That is a pet peeve.
Mahaney with the left hand. It won't go.